doing here?
He's going into his tights. What?
That's Chris Hero's loaded elbow pad.
The bad blood between Eddie Kingston and Claudio Castagnoli has been poisoning both men's careers for over 15 years.
He is just like Chris Hero.
Oh, come on.
And he is a winner.
Having fought through the independent scene in the late 2000s, Eddie and Claudio's paths would eventually cross in Ring of Honor, where they would each garner a win apiece in television bouts.
I think Eddie did the right thing because he proved to us.
Submission, Claudio Castagnoli.
Over a decade later, Claudio and Eddie would meet again in 2022 Blood and Guts match, where they formed an uneasy alliance against the Jericho Appreciation Society. On the top of the cage, Claudio would snatch the moment of glory away from Eddie by submitting Matt Menard with a sharpshooter.
Eddie thought he had Jericho beat, but then Claudio had Matt beat.
These tensions would come to a head when Eddie Kingston would return to Ring of Honor in March of this year.
I'm an independent contractor, dog. I'm 1099, so I could be here. And you know how I promised Mox I wouldn't beat your ass at AEW? This ain't AEW, bro. I'm coming after that championship.
His intentions were immediately clear. He wanted Claudio's Ring of Honor World Championship, although Claudio wanted nothing to do with it.
Give me my shot at the championship!
Edward, a man without honor will never be Ring of Honor champion.
Eddie became impossible to ignore.
What did he knock? Wow. He knocked that.
Expensive coffee all over that shirt of Claudio. Wow.
In a sit-down confrontation with Caprice Coleman, old grudges came back to the surface.
And you know that to be true because we know each other. I lived with you. You met my family. You're a coward because you didn't do business the first time.
Only then did Claudio agree to put the Ring of Honor World Championship on the line at this year's Supercard of Honor.
You choose to pity party yourself and implode it again and again. And that's exactly what's going to happen once you step in the ring with me.
In the title match, Eddie Kingston's strategies flew out the window when confronted by the awesome strengths of Claudio Castagnoli, as well as his temper. For Eddie, hatred took over, but the champion kept a cool head. Despite a devastating onslaught from Castagnoli, Eddie Kingston showed his immense heart by kicking out of the neutralizer at 1. Still, the champion asserted his dominance and retained in one of the most brutal and heart-stopping matches of the year.
The winner of this match, and still Ring of Honor World Champion, Claudio Castagnoli.
After taking time off to recover from injury, Eddie Kingston returned to AEW with a vengeance and charged straight for Claudio Castagnoli. This put Eddie at odds with the rest of the Blackpool Combat Club, including former friend Jon Moxley.
They just went eye to eye, and then it was Matt Jackson from behind.
This led to a chaotic 10-man tag at Forbidden Door, where despite winning, Eddie once again failed to get the pinfall on Claudio Castagnoli. The problems would worsen when Eddie Kingston's former friends Mike Santana and Ortiz would side with the Blackpool Combat Club in this lead-up of Stadium Stampede in London at Wembley.
Just blame everybody else for your mistakes. You're a hypocrite, Eddie, and you know it.
A wise man once said, you reap what you sow.
For much of the fight at All In, Eddie Kingston's attention was focused squarely on Claudio.
Kingston charging straight for Claudio Castagnoli.
However, Eddie's issues with Mox would be the distraction to allow Orange Cassidy to get the victory over Claudio instead.
Glass on the hand. 2, 3. Holy smokes, he won it.
I thought your pain would change you, I thought you would come back a better man. I was wrong. I saw you when you won that title, shedding tears, meeting your heroes, giddy like a schoolgirl. Eddie, I thought I couldn't lose any more respect for you. But you proved me wrong.
Then the following week in Chicago, Eddie would team up with Ring of Honor Pure Champion Shibata against Claudio and Wheeler Yuta.
Perhaps no. Kingston finds his feet. The Hurricane.
Despite another spirited effort by Eddie Kingston, Claudio nailed a flash uppercut to once again get another victory over the Mad King.
2 and 3. Whoa! Wow!
Now, over 15 years of bitterness and spite are leading to Arthur Ashe Stadium, Queens, New York City.
Why don't you embarrass me in Queens with my parents watching? For that Ring of Honor World Championship, even better, I'm gonna sell some tickets. I'll put this championship on the line. The New Japan Openweight Championship on the line.
On Eddie Kingston's home turf, he's putting up the New Japan Strong Openweight Championship against Claudio's Ring of Honor World Championship. It's title versus title in New York City, where only one man can emerge and both championships in hand. Everything's on the line at Arthur Ashe Stadium in Queens, New York. Pride, respect, and all the gold. This Wednesday night, live at AEW Dynamite Grand Slam.